contract management, I tend to use, well, I shouldn't say tend, I do use agencies. And I will use, yeah, it is. And it is very good, Nick. Exactly. It is, agencies they do get a bad rap. But from my experience, job agencies, work really well because especially like in Nick's case, you can go from temp to perm. Yep, and they do. And it is a lot of, from my experience working with them, you do have to cut through a lot of the, for lack of the better word, shit that happens. I do, like with my last job that I did when the contract came to an end, the contract was for, ended in October. And what happened was, the job ended in October. I dealt with, went in contact with agencies. Another agency found me on LinkedIn, got in contact with me, and wound up getting an umbrella job, which pays quite well, and and it is one of those things. I've applied for permanent jobs and got turned down for those because I had the experience, but I didn't have experience in the sector that they were hiring, which is, I think, a bit trite, but it's a competitive market. Oh, exactly. Totally agree with you, Nick. I went down that route and stuff, and agencies, with this job that I got, basically, I was the only candidate who interviewed, and I got a response back that same day from the interview. It was really quick. Sent off my CV. They liked it. The organization said I was their primary choice, their first choice. I got interviewed first, and was, heard back same day. Had the offer same day, a couple of hours later. And that's how quick, and that's why I like agencies, because you kind of cut through the BS that goes with job interviews. The other interview that I had once my contract ended, basically wound up having to interview for my old job, which I didn't get, and I knew I wouldn't get. But anyhow, that's a totally different story. And it took them like over a week to get back to me. Agency, interview, boom. Offer same day. When I interviewed for my role, it took them over a week to get back. And, just to tell me I didn't get it, which I knew I wouldn't, but, again, it is one of those things that just kind of goes with it. And so I would always say to anyone looking for a job, especially in this very kind of competitive job market, you really need, and you have at least 6 months to 2 years job experience, you really, really, really need to include at least as a part of your mix job search strategy and agency, because without